Verstappen fancies a chance here. But there's contact. Verstappen into the side of Russell.
Red Bull has launched a major counterattack on their eternal rivals, Mercedes, by plotting a move for their number one asset. It all started with the exodus of Hamilton to Ferrari, which triggered an intense bid for Verstappen by Mercedes. The unwritten rule is that courting the driver of your main rival is supposed to be subtle. Still, Toto Wolff cast aside all decorum to publicly pursue the signature of Verstappen, much to the anger of Red Bull. Mercedes' pursuit of Verstappen was buoyed by Horner's sex scandal, and the frosty relationship between Horner and Verstappen's dad made things worse. Jos Verstappen had accurately predicted that the Horner scandal was going to lead to a mass exodus at Red Bull. In the end, Horner survived, but their engine genius was snatched by Lawrence Stroll, and their pit stop guru left to lead the project at Audi as team principal. But the exodus has continued. Our story for the day stems from George Russell's contract situation in Mercedes. The Brit, who hasn't quite lived up to expectations, will enter the final year of his contract next season. In the 2025 season, he will be pairing with Kimi Antonelli. The 18-year-old Italian will be guided throughout races by Hamilton's former race engineer, Bono. The problem for Russell is that Toto has gone all out for Verstappen, and some have believed that Kimi is going to be sacrificed. But what if this is not the case? What if Kimi was able to do just enough and it is Russell whose seat is at stake? What if Kimi Antonelli is able to impress just enough like Colapinto? The bar won't be set so high for the young Italian, and if he can prove himself in half of the races, George certainly looks the one who will be on his way out ahead of the 2026 season. George Russell's current Mercedes contract expires at the end of 2025, leaving the Britain's future in Formula One uncertain after next season. Red Bull's future lineup is also not yet set, especially since Sergio Perez has been underperforming for a long time. Horner therefore indicated during the weekend in Singapore that he was interested in working with Russell. George Russell is out of contract at the end of next year. It would be foolish not to take that into account, the Briton said to Sky Sports F1. It didn't take long for Horner's comments to reach Mercedes team boss Wolff, and the Austrian didn't mince his words in return. According to Russell's current team boss, Horner made the comments simply to provoke. Christian always tries to stir things up. That's part of the game, Wolff responded. With the courting of Russell, Horner has put Wolff in a tight position. If he backs Russell for 2026, then where does that leave Verstappen? If he says he wants Verstappen for 2026, then he could have a Russell whose brain is not in the game for 2025. However, Toto has decided that a bird in hand is worth thousands in the bush and has dared to back Russell. George is a Mercedes driver, always has been and hopefully always will be. We have a long contract with him. By the same token, Toto has refused to criticise Verstappen for the swearing. The F word is in everyone's dictionary these days. Wolff defended the reigning world champion. It's important that you use it in the right context and in the right way, but I think a bit of emotion is part of the sport. Those raw moments are important. The use of swear words was a much discussed topic in the paddock in Singapore. The debate was sparked by an initiative by FIA President Mohammed Ben Sulayem, who called on the drivers to be more careful with their choice of words in the future. Ever since Wolff openly began going after Max, he has never said anything remotely negative about the driver. Aside Russell, though, it seemed Red Bull has their sights on Oscar Piastri. Helmut Marko is often seen praising the driver, recently even hailing his dive on Norris in Monza. If Red Bull cannot improve their form, it looks likely that Verstappen will leave. But the exodus at Red Bull has continued unabated. McLaren has brought in another new addition. The arrival of Will Courtney is yet another step in the major restructuring led by team principal Andrea Stella. Will's experience, professionalism, and passion for motorsport make him the ideal candidate to lead our sporting department, said Stella. Our team is at a crucial stage at this time. We are confident that he will be a great addition as we continue to fight for victories and championships. Courtney has been a Red Bull strategist from the very beginning. He has been working in Milton Keynes since their debut in 2005. Red Bull has not yet officially commented on Will Courtney's transfer. A spokesperson told the BBC that the team would like to wish him the best of luck with his future move. After a long and successful time with our team, where he has been involved since his Jaguar days, we are sad to see Will leave. He will remain with the team and will complete his contract until mid-2026. Will Courtney joins a growing list of ex-Red Bull staffs who have pitted their tent with McLaren. But we would like to hear all your comments. Do you think Russell has the quality to fill up Verstappen's shoes, or would you rather go for a driver like Oscar Piastri? This is Front Lockout, signing off.